Good morning.
Good morning.
It is Monday, September 13th. And we just celebrated our 36th wedding anniversary yesterday on the 12th of September. Been together a long time. So, in our effort to try and make more videos closer together, I realized when we made the other one, I don't know if it was last Friday, a week ago.
Yeah.
It had been 3 weeks again. So, going to mindfully put this on my calendar and make it happen more often. Yes, there is a lot of work going on, but I think doing one once a week would be a good thing.
Probably.
So, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first. I'm a little melancholy this morning.
And that's one of the things we want to try and do is show up authentically, not put on a face, not put on a show, or just really try and be in our authentic selves. Part of what we're doing in our astrology moon group is to expand into our authentic selves using the energy of the last full moon, which was in Aquarius, and the new moon that was in Virgo. And so I feel like since I'm going to reiterate some stuff and go over some stuff that we've already gone over, but it seems to be a continual theme for me that since he got off the road, since he's here all the time, there are so many different things that have changed inside of me, and it's like I can't run from my life anymore. I can't hide from reality and truth, and we have a lot different opportunity in front of us to work through stuff as it comes up instead of the way that it used to be. We would get through, I often liken it to a mason jar, and he would come in off the road and we would get through like the top fourth of it when there's really a whole jar of stuff to talk about. And the top fourth would be, things like bills, and we need new tires on the car, and this kid's sick, or this kid needs this project done at school, or, we got bills to pay, and we got lawn to mow, and we got laundry to do, and then he would be out the door again. And that wasn't beneficial to us really connecting as a couple and being, but we would always act as if, all that we were fine. When I would act, I should use I statements. I would act as if everything was fine. I was fine and everything was good, and I didn't know how to do it any other way. Let's pretend, and because the big scary black hole, I didn't want to go near because I was afraid that it would suck me in. I didn't want to look at what happened to me as a kid. My memories didn't really surface until I was 30. I had a full body total memory of the rape, and that started a cascade of a lot of my healing work, although I still wasn't in my life. I still wasn't in the game. I didn't have skin in the game, so to speak. I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and I didn't know what a healthy relationship looked like. And so I feel like this year, as we've taken on this journey, I'm learning a lot. And there's a big piece for me that has come up. This is day 11 of no alcohol and my sobriety. And I have played around with quitting, and then didn't, and then did, and then came back to it, and was clean for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I don't even remember. Back in, I think it was like 2018. I hadn't drank anything in my life until we bought this building and decided to put in a wine garden. And I thought, I should know something about alcohol. Little did I know that alcohol is quite addictive. I did know that I have an addictive personality, so it's no wonder that it became a way to escape my life. And what I have realized in the last 10 days is that I was using it as a shield. I was using it as an excuse. I was allowing alcohol to be a reason that I could treat myself badly, that I could treat him badly, that I can not give a shit about the world, not care about things. It'd be like, oh, who cares? Let's just go check out. I've come to know in the last, this year as we've been doing this work, that I can make anything an addiction. Coffee is one I'm still working with. I needed it after the accident in 2019 to ground myself. That was confirmed by a shaman, but I turned it into an emotional thing. I've been working with that the last couple of months. It's not so much an emotional thing now. And I'm sure it's one of those things that I'm going to stop using. Because, yesterday, I think I overdid the caffeine. I did not feel very well by the time I went to bed last night.
Just to be clear, there's no such thing as too much caffeine, in my opinion.
I know we have a difference of opinion on that. Him being a truck driver and having drank thousands of gallons of coffee. And we're opening a coffee shop, so go figure that. And a place that sells alcohol. And a place that has desserts, so I'm not going to partake in anything that I'm selling. Which is interesting. Yes. I will have other things going on at Amelia's. So the sobriety is no easy, simple thing. I have thought about drinking every day the last 10 days, probably 20 or 30 times every day. I was telling myself the story that I don't have a problem. Telling myself a story, it's no big deal. Everybody drinks, right? Everybody drinks. That's not true. Not everybody drinks. And it comes down to, it's not about everybody else. It's about me and what I want. And on a higher level, I want to have clear thinking, and I want to have clean energy, and I want to have clarity in my life, and I want to be able to develop my psychic abilities and my shamanic practice. And for me, and I'm not judging anybody else, you can drink or not drink or whatever. I had to get to a point where, what is it that I want? Who am I? Some of you that follow me on Instagram know that I post, I live my future self today by giving myself permission to. And if I'm living in integrity with myself, and if I'm living in authenticity, real authenticity, I know that gets thrown around out there, and it's kind of like, well, eat good food. That gets thrown around out there too, and it's like, what does that mean? And a lot of people think it means eating vegetables and salads and green smoothies, and those are the healthy things, and you should eat tofu and have soy lattes and use soy milk and all that stuff.
Just to be clear, soy makes males' testosterone go, which is why, my opinion,
yeah,
why we have a bit of a masculinity issue in this country.
Well,
in case nobody's noticed,
everybody's got to figure out what works for them. And I, for 10 years, was eating green smoothies and eating salads and figuring out slowly but surely that those things were not good for me. That really a carnivore diet a lot of meat and eggs, and I don't mean a lot of meat, because I've gone down to I'll eat eggs and sausage and maybe or bacon, maybe just eggs in the morning, some bone broth on the days that I've got bone broth, and then I don't eat it until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So it's not about eating 3 meals a day, and it's not about eating a lot of meat. But I do eat meat and eggs and butter, and I feel much better on a carnivore type of diet and I'm getting ready here to get more strict. He's very strict because of his 75 hard, and he's chosen to eat carnivore. He hasn't had any carbs in, I don't know, months. And you don't die, you don't get sick, you don't, everybody, you're all your own guinea pigs. Is my point. So you got to figure that out. So back to the alcohol thing. I had to finally get to a point, and I'm only 10 days in. This is only day 11, and there's no assurity. And I'm realizing that it's an everyday decision for a while. A podcast I'm watching, my first benchmark goal is 2 weeks, and then the next one is 30 days. And then the next one will be a year. And my mother wrote a book called Simply Sober that I'm going to get off the shelf and dust off and read that manuscript. It's not published. It's not a published book. And maybe one day I'll publish it, because she didn't ever get it published. And it is a serious thing. And I guess 10 days ago I told myself how serious it was for me. And in those 10 days I found out that it has changed how I feel. How I feel. Like, there's now places in our relationship where compassion is coming forward instead of judgment, which I didn't realize the alcohol was masking. But the alcohol for me was really becoming a poison on a lot of different levels, not just the physical level. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm really enjoying, and I want to get done with this book, The Deepest Well, here in the next couple of days. So I have to carve out time in my schedule to do some reading in big chunks. I'm finding I like to read in big chunks now, more so than we started Jordan Peterson's second book. More, what's he call that? More, it's his second 12 rule book.
12 more rules to
life or
make
something.
Make sure you don't whack your life out.
No. I really like Jordan Peterson. He's a really cool intellectual, and I consider myself an intellectual. So anyway, that's what I got for this time, for this video. Your turn. If you want to.
So.
Too.
Well.
I mean, you don't have to, just, because we're doing a video, it really has to be, I really want us to live from that authenticity place and to do these videos from that place, not a make-believe or let's pretend or, oh, how's everybody going to feel, I want to be real.
So the clarity piece I have around these videos is, it's about the relationship that we're working on, right?
Yeah, our individual relationship and our individuation this year, and the relationship that then we're working on to have together, because we came from trauma and we're in our lives now, instead of pretending like that didn't happen, realizing that there's reparenting that needs to happen with his little buddy and my little Amy. And by doing that work, then we grow ourselves up to be the adults that we are, to have that adult relationship that we both want. That's my understanding of what we're doing. Is that your clarity on it?
Well, I believe the name of what's the name of
our year of self-discovery.
Self-discovery. So my goal is to create a relationship with myself and with you.
Right.
I'm doing real well on my personal relationship because I am on my second round of 75 Hard, and that I'm taking better care of myself than I ever have. Just finished reading Brene Brown's book,
Daring Greatly.
Daring Greatly.
I have 3 copies over there on the shelf.
Yes, you do. There's never a shortage of books in this house.
No. That's an addiction. Has been.
Yes, it was. Well, I believe you said at the beginning of
This year,
a year
I wasn't going to buy any more
a
books.
single
That
book.
didn't happen.
This is a figment of your imagination.
And my excuse is,
She
but I
always
need
has
that
an
book.
excuse.
I need that book. Okay,
So-
so just a little caveat. The reason about the books, I figured that out a few years ago, is I came through my childhood and the trauma. Stupid girl, stupid girl, stupid girl, stupid girl was a mantra that I have had my entire life and into my adult life. And I think buying the books on some psychological level somewhere helped me feel like I was not a stupid girl. So I have been going through books and going through books, but that's the little psychological piece behind it. And
We donated what?
probably 400 or 500 books. I'm thinking,
More than that.
well, okay.
We filled.
And I still have, this whole
Book-
room is still full,
we
and it's
filled
like
1,
I gotta do
2,
it again.
3, 4, 5 different book carts at the library that
Yeah.
I rolled
And
in.
I went with Carrie.
Oh, I
that
wasn't
day.
even there on that one.
No.
Yeah.
So to
Anyway.
the Union Library. So anyway.
So, I said I was feeling a little melancholy because
He has said this.
I'm frustrated and sad around where, I know, and Amelia keeps reminding me we've only been at this for I quit 4 months ago, literally to the day yesterday. So technically that's how long I've been off the road, right? And I just feel like it doesn't matter what I do for myself, I don't feel like we're getting the connection that I want. And I am sad about that. And it's not just about sex. Obviously that's not. But
No, but I think it's time that we really delve into this because
well,
I think
it's the fear. It's the fear that I believe we both. Well, I have the fear of what if I decide this is just simply not something I want to continue to be
part of.
Yeah, it's like.
And that is a possibility. That is there.
Because I don't want to live the rest of my life celibate.
Right, and we won't. I don't want to either.
Well,
but I have to wonder seriously, and this is just off the hip here, if the intimacy issue for you isn't part of an addiction, where you want. No,
it's my
listen,
desire to be close to another human being.
I know that.
I
but
had a mother
intimately-
that deserted me when I was 5 or 6.
It is a very thin line in an addictive situation that you cross over into it being. So let me see if I can come up with a. Okay, so brushing your teeth. Well, in the one video that I'm listening to about alcohol and addiction, the gal who is a psychotherapist has a client that became addicted to water. She made water an addiction. And there is something that happens to you. If you drink too much water, there's a term for it and I don't know it. But, so, up until that point, you drink, 6 or 7 glasses of water. That's fine. That's normal. But then you cross that line and it becomes an addiction and it becomes self-sabotaging and it becomes very dangerous. And the woman actually died of her water addiction because she drank so much water that it killed her. And so what I'm saying is the intimacy thing, because it seems to be a recurring pattern for you. And I'm not saying wanting to be close to me is wrong. But what I'm seeing in the last 4 months is we share time. We are close to one another. Our definitions for intimacy are different. But your cycle is you go towards that. You set yourself, I'm going to say my words are he sets himself up that there's going to be this thing that happens on our anniversary yesterday.
Maybe a kiss?
No. Well, let me finish. You set yourself up, and then your pattern is then that doesn't happen, and then he gets to feel bad. And that is a cycle that he runs in. And what I'm trying to do is somehow help you break out of that cycle, because you keep going back to the same river to get nourishment and there's no water left. And he gets angry at me and he gets frustrated and then he gets sad, and I don't know what else to do besides take care of me. I'm not ready to intimately kiss him every day. Now, people can judge me on that. And people all have their own ideas about how a marriage is supposed to work, and the female's role and the male's role. And I grew up service the male, service him, make him happy. You better make him happy or he's going to go somewhere else. Well, he did go somewhere else, so that didn't work. So there's a lot of stuff wrapped up in the intimacy piece for me, totally separate. Over here, my life, Amelia as an individual, and then there's a whole intimacy set of rules and ideas and expectations over here for him. You take him being a male in the United States on this planet at this point in time, and there's a whole bunch of stuff there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. We just went through this Me Too movement, and I think the pendulum swung way over the other way. But there's a whole set of rules of me, a woman, being in the United States at this point in time, what's expected, what's not expected. And so trying to sift through all of that stuff is a lot of work, a lot of thinking, a lot of journaling, a lot of putting our needs out there, our wants out there. And of course, there's going to be disappointed when you put your want out there and your want is not met. And so I always come back to, okay, what am I doing? And he needs to come back to, what is he doing? And he said he's doing really well, he says, on his self-care and taking care of himself. But he keeps trying to butt up against a partner that is not ready to go where he wants to go. So the cycle starts again. So he gets to be unhappy. And that's part of his thing, is that he gets to be unhappy.
Part of my thing, honestly, is, and you're missing this piece, how long do I stay?
Right, but we've only been working for 4 months. When you look at a brand new relationship, when people start out at 15 and 17, when we started out at 15 and 17, at 15 and 17, we were doing sexual things that I was not ready to do, but I did them because that's what was expected of me. And we went way fast, and we did things, and bingo bango, we have 5 kids. Bingo bango, I was pregnant 7 times. I had 1 abortion, and I had 1 tubal something. I don't even remember what that pregnancy was, but it wasn't a viable pregnancy. And so we're starting over. You're taking little buddy by the hand and reconditioning him and trying to help him understand what a healthy relationship is.
You're still not getting my piece.
Well, keep explaining. We've only been working. It's like we're brand new. It's like we're in kindergarten, in my opinion. We've only been really with our head really in the game.
4 years.
Yeah, but we haven't been together. We've been playing at being together. We've been playing at being a couple. Yes, there's been many times in there that we had wonderful closeness and relationship and intimacy but now it's only been 4 months that we've both taken, and I have to do it yet every single day, is take the trauma glasses off and then put reality glasses on and take the trauma glasses off and put the reality glasses on and take the trauma glasses off. I have to do that all the time still because I'm reconditioning myself. I'm reparenting myself. And it's a continual thing until it's not. Until you get to the point where, okay, you don't live in that part, you live in this other part. And you seem to not, you keep going back to we've been together for 41 years. We've been dating 41 years, married 36 years. And you're getting hung up, this is my opinion, my words, hung up on the idea that things should be a certain way if you've been married for 36 years and if you've been together for 41 years. There should be certain pieces in place in a relationship.
I don't know.
And in general,
it is what
I say that's true. But for us as individuals, that piece I feel like we're in a brand new ballgame, and I'm finally in my life, and I'm finally present, and I'm finally feeling my feelings, and I'm finally working on me instead of birthing and nursing and raising 5 kids and I'm trying to really focus on me, not us, but me, because I got to get me straight before I can. And we do. We go on the side by side. We share time together. We do have fun together. We share time together. We sat on the porch yesterday morning. I thought yesterday was a lovely, wonderful day that we went on a side by side ride in the morning. I thought we had a lovely day. We went and went out to dinner last night. Went to the coffee shop and started reading a new book. And for me, that was like 100%, 10 stars, wonderful day. If you had to give a star rating to yesterday, from 1 star being really crappy to 10 stars being over the top, what would you rate yesterday? Don't think too much about it. Just rate
8. But then it went down like a falling star when we went to bed and you said what you said. And what I heard you say was that I heard you say you're not going to kiss me, period, end of story, ever, is what I heard.
Well, and see, that's
what I heard. And I need to probably shut up.
Why?
Because I don't feel like because I'm extremely frustrated, and I don't know that people need to see me sitting here being frustrated. So, what?
Didn't we just talk about being authentic?
Yes.
So,
that could also be
is
synonymous
all real.
with being boring, I suppose. Yes. I don't know what.
So, that's another thing you do, is I say something and he interprets it and hears something totally different. I did not ever say to you last night that I will never kiss you again, that will never be a thing, because my intention is to get to that point. My intention is to be able to leave all this shit behind. It's not my fault this happened to me. I didn't do any of it. I didn't ask for any of it. But I'm left with the aftermath. I'm left, if I want a really healthy, good, wonderful, joy-filled, happy life, I got to do the work to get rid of the shit that was given to me. And I can't hurry that up. I can't I can't pretend anymore. I've done that my whole life. I can't pretend anymore. I have to do the work. I have to go through the hard stuff. I have to go through the feelings. I have to learn how to do life in a healthy way, without alcohol, without fast food, without probably coffee, because I've made that an addiction too. So I don't know. He's got to, and I need, that's one thing since I quit drinking 10 days ago, that I'm really finding myself, when he says something, I don't try and fix it. I don't try and make him feel something else. I don't try and, it's like, he needs to have his experience, and I don't need to be in control of how he has his experience. Because I'm just as empathic as he is, and when he's sad and upset, I can be sad and upset, but I've learned how to protect myself and energetically speaking. And so now my part is to watch him in his sadness and in his frustration and not take it personally, which is what I've done my whole life. He's not happy with me. He's never going to be happy with me. I could have sex with him 18 times a day and he's still not going to be happy with me. Those are real things that have gone on in my head. How he does his life, I'm not going to say it doesn't have anything to do with me, but as individuals that are individuating, my happiness can never depend on who he is and what he does and how he acts. His happiness can never be dependent on who I am, what I say, what I don't say, what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do. And that is right exactly where we are, in that space of trying to, I kind of liken it to the game Pick-Up Sticks. Here's one stick. Okay, we're working on this one stick, and you look back and you look over here and there's 100 sticks in this pile of mess. And I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't intend for it to take forever. That's for sure. I don't have forever. I don't want to take another 50 years trying to figure all this stuff out and be healthy. I want to be healthy, and I feel like I've made great progress in the last 6 months. 7, 8 months, 9 months. We're on month 9.
Yes, we are.
So, anyway, we weren't going to make this like a really long video.
Yeah, and we ended up, we're done.
I don't know. I can't fix him. That's what I'm trying to do right now in my head. I want him to feel better. And I can't help him feel better. That's his job. I can't help him be happy today.
I'm working on it. Yes, and it is up to me. I get that. Believe me, I do. So, I would just like you to be my partner in another area so that can accentuate my life. And make it.
And I
more
have to go
positive.
back to.
That's what I'm looking for.
I wonder if the sexual piece isn't an addictive piece to help you not do your emotional work. That if I would just have sex with you, then you wouldn't have to look at all of the stuff that leads up to that, and the disappointment and the frustration and the sadness. I don't know. I know sex is an addiction. Can be for a lot of people. Intimacy can be an addiction. Anything can be an addiction. Chewing your fingernails, brushing your teeth. Apparently water can be an addiction enough to kill you. So I don't have all the answers. I just know I have to stay in my boat today, and you have to feel, well, you have to do you. I can't
Yes,
do that for you.
I know. So we could probably say we're complete.
Yeah, for this one.
Yes.
So we will see you next time. Like, share. What's the other thing?
Toss in the trash. Oh, that's not one.
No, see, that's his Eeyore.
Well,
But subscribe. That was the other one. If you choose to. All right. Bye.